everybody, how are you going? I hope you are absolutely fabulous because today, oh my gosh, I get to do a Q&A video with you, and this is a skincare Q&A. So questions about skincare and acne care and all that fun stuff just for you. So a little while ago, I asked you guys on my Instagram and my Facebook fan page, which I'll link for you down below, what sorts of acne care questions or skincare questions that you might have. So we're gonna get onto them right now. Emily Stamp123, hello Emily, you've been watching my videos a really long time now, which is fantastic, thank you. Your question was, do you have any homemade products for dry skin? So I guess you mean things which are like DIY things, and yes, I do have a few for very, very dry skin. I will link you to some videos down below, but mainly things which use oats, so you can use your instant oats in your cupboard and mix it all up and make a cleanser. And you can also make some really yummy masks out of oats and honey, which is fantastic for very dry skin. You can also use things like oils, so your coconut oil, and you can also use olive oil on your skin as well. Dana Gruel asks, are there any other ways of getting rid of scarring besides laser? These days there are, but really it depends on your skin type and it depends on the type of scarring that you're wanting to remove. I've made a few videos about this in the past, but they're kind of getting on a bit. They're a bit ancient now. I'll link them for you down below anyway, but yeah, it really comes down to your skin type and the scarring type that you're trying to remove. Next up we have Jasmine Burke, and Jasmine asks, anyway, sorry Jasmine. What's a good skincare routine to have without using too many products? And it is so easy to inject all these different types of products into our beauty routines thinking that each and every one of them is going to do us good. And really, I think that the best way to go, if you can, is just break it all down and do the absolute most basic routine that you possibly can. First of all, a basic cleanser, so something from Cetaphil, for example, just nice and basic and gentle. Second step is using a toner, and even then, you don't have to use a toner if you don't want to, or if your skin doesn't need it, it's perfectly fine. Third step should be a moisturizer, and this again could just be a really nice basic moisturizer, nothing too fancy, and you can easily tailor your moisturizer to your skin type as well. If you have acne, then your fourth step would be using some sort of a treatment, either on your spots or over your whole face. And again, you can be really, really basic with this and just use something like BP. And that's it really, just for 4 steps, that's it. This next one on Instagram is from Riverlove8782, and they ask, primer before or after moisturizer? Concealer before or after foundation? I love you, by the way. Oh, I love you too, thank you. Okay, so primer goes after your moisturizer. So your moisturizer is just sunk into your skin, it's nice and soft, and then you apply your primer, which sort of gives you a nice canvas to work with. It just smooths out the complexion, and then you're ready to apply your foundation. And with your concealer, you can apply this before or after your foundation. It doesn't really matter, unless of course your foundation has a completely different sort of texture to your concealer. So if you're using a liquid concealer with a powder foundation, I'd suggest that you use the concealer underneath. And if you are someone who likes to buff in their foundation with a buffing brush, then perhaps apply your concealer over the top, so you're not, you know, putting down all this groundwork with your concealer and covering everything up beautifully, and then you go in with the brush and you just wreck it all. So yeah, it can depend on the texture of your products and the technique that you use in terms of applying your products. Xena asks a review on Derma rollers. Do they really work? I have been sent a whole bunch of Derma rollers by Banish, which is the company that Daisy owns, and I've talked about her a few times on my channel. I really, really love her stuff. I can't do a review for you just yet because my skin is still pretty active, and using Derma rollers on active skin is a big probably best not to do that. So until I can actually use them properly, yeah, I can't do a review, but it is in the making. It will be happening. All Things Lovely 1 asks, how do I improve the look of my skin? I have really bad redness which has resulted in really warm and dry patches. Makes your makeup look terrible, please help. I have suffered this many, many times before. Best advice that I can give you is to just try and normalize your skin once again. And this can take time. It can take months, and this means just breaking down your skincare routine. So using really basic, gentle products. I'd also say that if you have dry patches of skin, get rid of your exfoliants. Stop using exfoliants on your skin, because that's another thing that can aggravate your skin and cause more dry patches and can stop it from helping and healing itself basically. If you're constantly rubbing at the skin, it can't really recover. Time to hit up the Facebook. Here it is, it's all happening. P.S. Facebook recently changed all of their page thingies, so it looks a bit weird these days. It's not all over the place, but okay, let's go. There's a few questions that are on here which I've already answered before in other videos, so if I have not directly answered your question, then perhaps check out the video description and see if your answer will be down there. Jenna Janes, can you recommend a good eye cream to prevent wrinkles or dark circles? Oh boy, is this my life right now. P.S. guys, Jenna is another YouTuber and you should all definitely go subscribe to her, so I'll link her down below for you. Companies these days have all sorts of crazy wacky claims about injecting collagen into their products or this and that, and it's just a whole bunch of blah, to be honest with you. I do have two favorites. One of them is a bit of a high-end product. It's the Genifique from Lancome, and I've been using that for a few months now, and I really do like it, and I do find that it helps my dark circles and it helps my very fine little wrinkly lines underneath my eyes. The other one that I like is an Australian brand. I've forgotten the name of it, oh my god. I will put a little picture here and a thingy down below to say what it is, and that one is something that I've again used for multiple weeks, but really you just want something that's going to be hydrating, super moisturizing, and just keep that moisture level up around your eyes. Ooh, this is a really good one. Here we go. Jamie Chung. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with pronunciation. I probably just totally chopped your name up. I have the driest, most flaky skin ever, yet I still get heaps of pimples all over my cheeks and my chin area. Should I use skin products for dry or oily skin? This is actually one heck of a question. Use a cleanser that has salicylic acid in it, because that is something which really helps to exfoliate the skin, but it's gentle at the same time. It's not going to overdo it. My other suggestion to you is to use some sort of treatment either once a week or a few times a week that will help to deal with the acne as well as the flakiness that's happening on your skin. And this is usually a good time where you can use a mask. So mask wise, you can use something that is a glycolic based mask, and these are pretty easy to get these days. You could also look into using mud masks, which will help to draw out impurities and help to dry up the active pimples that you have, but also that motion of trying to remove the mud masks at the end of your treatment can help exfoliate the skin and get rid of any extra dry flaky skin that you might have. I'd also recommend that you look into using oils for your skin, so using rosehip oil or jojoba oil. Use these every single night. You don't need a lot of them, you don't need to go overboard, but using oils on the skin to help counteract the dryness that your skin is experiencing really does help. It just works absolute wonders, so I highly recommend that you try using those as well. Next up we have Holly Doherty, and she asks, well, she asked a couple of things. When are you coming to Perth? Probably never, I'm very sorry, Holly. But the other thing that she did ask was, what lotions and potions for overnight use do you recommend from Priceline, a local chemist, that will help to reduce redness on the face? So like I was saying earlier on, I'd probably recommend that you use some sort of an oil on your face, like a rosehip oil. You can get rosehip oil from Trilogy, but pretty much everybody's making them now. Also, you could try using jojoba oil, even coconut oil. These sorts of things you use at night time. You don't need too much of them. A few drops will do the trick, and they'll just help to reduce the redness, they'll calm your skin down, and that's really what you need to have happen there. I'd also recommend that you look into using aloe vera if you can. You can get bottles of aloe vera gel from, you know, Priceline and local chemists pretty easily, but the best thing that you can do is actually go down to your local gardener and pick up an aloe vera plant and just cut off one of those leaves and use that directly on your face. You can also store the leaves in the fridge, so they'll be really nice and cool, which would just be absolutely fantastic on a summer day. Can you just imagine that? Rubbing leaves of cool aloe vera on your face. Oh my god, it would be just beautiful. Although I say that now, we're like finally going into winter, but you know, summertime would be great. Anna Maria Carone asks, how do you stay so positive in dealing with acne, and what are your tips for getting in this positivity? Sorry, I couldn't pronounce anything then properly. Pimples do get to me. That is the truth. However, with age and with acceptance, I've learnt to deal with what I have. This is my lot. This is what's being given to me. I'm just going to deal with it. There's no point getting too wrapped up in it. I think it's just a learning process as well. That's what I've learned. There's no point getting all wrapped up in it. There's no point letting it control me anymore. I just got to get through it and manage it and get on with my life. You can't let your acne control you. You can't let it control your life. So just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. You know, let it go. Okay guys, I reckon I'll just wrap it up right there. If I have not answered your question, please don't be stressed or worried. I will perhaps answer it in the future because I got a few really good questions that I'm like, oh, I don't just want this for a Q&A. I want to do a whole video about this. So definitely stay tuned to my channel for that. Otherwise, I might have put a link down below in the video description that will answer your question as well. So everything's going to be down there. Check it all out. Have a bit of a look. Throw your thumbs at this video as well because you know I love it. And I love the traffic as well. Thumbs up for traffic noises. And guys, I'm going to get the heck out of here. So I hope you all have a fabulous rest of the week. I'll talk to you all next Wednesday. See you later. Bye.